up, everybody? I'm Sal Klein. This is Reggie Steele. And welcome to Spitballin. Spitballin.
Sierra the rapper.
Her name is what?
Sierra the rapper.
She's from Alabama.
No, I think she's from Kentucky.
No.
She's from Kentucky. From Kentucky. She got flows though.
Hey,
Hey
you
man,
gonna introduce us, Reg? What's up, everybody? I'm Sal Kalani. This is Reggie Steele.
and welcome to Spitballin. How you guys
Bum,
doing?
bum, bum, bum. So it's funny you mention that because I met a white girl rapper this weekend.
White
Um,
girl rapper, a rapper who, a white rapper, a white female rapper. Can we say
yeah,
because girls sound like little girls? You can't call them
this chick
girls.
was like 21,
Well, so she's
and she looks
she ain't a
straight out
girl
the
though.
suburbs. She's very cute, okay, but she was so white looking. And she had like these puffy boots on, with the fur,
Mhm.
and she had this golden chain, and she's wearing this little white, like almost I don't know what the fuck, some kind of top, but she had this golden chain and it said AP, and I forgot what her rap name was or something, but something with Ashley or something was her name.
Oh, okay. Was she good though? Could she flow?
No, I didn't watch her. No, no, I'm telling you, Red, so my hood's coming up. We're getting the tricklings of gentrification has begun in the hood here.
So that's a good
And
thing? I don't know if that's a good thing. Because
well,
gentrification usually means that people are going to get priced out. And you
no,
were
no,
in the
that's
class
gonna
of,
be coming eventually. But the old hood is definitely gentrified. They took out the food for less. They took out the 99-cent store. They put in these big expensive condos now. So
oh,
yeah,
wow.
that shit's no good. But over here, Uh, there is a strip like of a couple shops, and one is where I had the screening, and then there's another place next door. They have like performances usually on the weekend. Across the street, they do. There's two little museums, like small museums, but couples go all the time. It's like the Museum of Love and then the Passion of Crime Museum and the Crime of Passion Museum or some shit.
So
And
people who kill people in a crime, in a moment of
Passion.
passion.
Yeah, yeah, you could go
Oh,
to the museum for that. And then so now also there's a little pop-up store that a rock band started. Some band called The Neighborhood. I do not know about them with my old ass, but there were about like, 100 fucking 150 kids outside the store trying to get in to get shit there. So
oh boy.
anyway, all the stuff going on in the hood, and then my screening was happening. But then I saw the white rapper and her fella, and it was pretty funny. I was like, "Well, you're a rapper," but then I was like, "Chase them dreams, man. Chase them dreams. Don't be afraid to make your own
There
thing, man."
you go. Becoming the wise old sage.
Yeah.
Sal dropping
So
knowledge.
the specials out, Reg. Numbers could always be better. Uh and but it's solid. Everybody was saying how it looks good. I'm gonna bet Reggie hasn't even watched it yet, folks.
Uh, just for the record, Reggie saw it live for one.
It ain't the same thing, dog.
Hold up though, Reggie saw it live,
That ain't
and
shit. It ain't the
and
same.
and on just for the record for everyone out there in podcast land and YouTube land and wherever else this is streaming and whatever else. The night that it came out, I put it on three devices. I put it on three devices and I had them all playing, and every time it ended, I went to another thing started, and then I went back and watched it again. So
Bullshit. Bullshit.
on
Really?
everything I own, on everything I
Wow.
own.
So you
Yeah,
saw it?
I watched probably I watched the first half of it, and then I went to go take a shower, and then I came back and watched the end of it, and then I started it again. So you probably got six views. You got like six views from me opening night.
All right, so then
So
what did you think?
I thought it was good. I thought it was really good. There were a couple points. There were a couple point moments where I was like, God dog it, but this is Okay, so just being like purely objective, not even like as your boy and your friend and person who was in the room. I'm just going to speak from a standpoint of a comedian watching a special. I've always liked the specials that stay here, right? I've never been a fan of the cutaways, um, because when
Yeah,
I
but
go
I
to a,
move too much. I like, you crazy. That's a crazy. You
I,
gotta have multiple. What are you just gonna have one shot the whole time?
no, I'm look one of you and you look. You're a Bill Burr fan, but one of my favorite Bill Burr specials has to be within the last four or five that he did, or last four that he did. And there's one where even though Bill moves around, like I mean, yeah, you're all over the place, but it stayed in here. They had very few cutaways. I think it may have had maybe
Yeah,
one.
but you gotta understand that some people like stand still, and then also as four cameras, it is one take. So when you got Berg, you got all when he's doing multiple shows, you got so much to choose from that you could create that where if you want just a steady thing.
Sal, I hear you, and I'm not
Okay,
saying I'm
don't talk crazy. Talk like it's
I'm
all
not talking
the
crazy. I'm
material.
just saying I enjoyed it, but
Oh.
I
So what
enjoyed it, but
bothered
it
you?
was
It cut
like
away too much. I didn't even think it did that
I
much.
didn't say it cut away too much. I just said that I like specials that stayed in here, right? Because what happened was for me, and this is me being in the room, is that there were moments where watching it, it felt like a special because you got the curtain and the way they're filming it and where it is, and then some of the cut, especially when old boy like
Well,
such
yeah, well,
hands.
hey, it's a club. It's a club
I
show. That's what it
exactly.
is. It's a real experience.
Exactly. So once it kind of went back to the club setting for me. So just psychologically,
But
as
I
a
kind of liked
comedian,
how it showed a lot of the crowd.
yeah, I did. There were some cutaways I was like, oh, that's a really good cutaway, right? Like I thought that was great. But you got to remember, I'm coming from two perspectives. I'm coming from the perspective of an audience member and as a comedian. As an audience member, it's just fun, right? I enjoyed it, and there were some jokes that I got to hear again in a certain way, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I can hear that now in a certain ear. But then as a comedian, I'm like, I wanted to be a purist. Like I just want to be right
Well,
here
it's
and stay
funny
on
you
you the whole time.
mention Bill
But it
Burr
was good.
because the hate has begun, my friend. The haters have come out. They began
Um,
a little with the racist nerds. Like somebody said,
uh,
somebody wrote, on the clip on YouTube, they wrote meh, and
on the racist. Okay.
I wrote, it sounds like something a racist nerd would say.
Of course. Of course. Dude, you can't listen to you Sal. I would
I
say
know.
you got to stay away from the comments, man. No matter
So
how
I went
bad you
up on
want
a
to.
guy today, and I just posted it on Instagram. But here it
Uh,
is.
let
And
me
of
see.
all the things he hated on it was Bill Burr. He obviously, this guy gets butt, he's all mad about Billy Burr. But here, I'll read it for the people. That opening
Oh, here we go.
sequence of
Okay.
comedians doing that thing was needless, and having Bill Burr on there hurts your reputation. He's a screaming man baby who complains like a schoolgirl because his dad didn't love him. So he's trying to get his joke in there, and it's not funny. Just
Yeah.
get directly into your set, dude. And if it's funny, it will blow up. If not, it'll go unnoticed, regardless of having 75 comedians do some I know Sal bit for 2 minutes straight before any comedy begins. All right. That is comedy. That whole little movie thing was comedy. I watched it live. It was cool watching it with the crowd because what hit and what certain ones really hit in that. And but so my response was Bill Burr hurts my reputation. One of the best comedians ever. The problem with talentless trolls like yourself is they think we make art for them. I made this for me. Do you know how many people say just start with a joke like every other special? Why? To appease the algorithm and trolls. That's not why I got into this. I wanted to make an intro with friends, and it's actually a minute and a half. And if you can't last that long, I can see why you're so angry. Oh, and the bird thing was actually a personal inside joke that is again for me and not for you, but I felt like sharing. So, in other words, go F yourself.
Nice. That's a good comeback,
I
actually.
mean,
That's a really good
I
comeback.
like my little minute and a half joke. But dude, yeah, I mean,
Oh,
Kevin
dude.
Nealon released one this week too, and yeah, it starts right with the joke, and that's what everybody does. But you know what? I want to do an intro. Louis
Hey,
did an
man.
intro. I like Louis Katz's intro.
Dude, forget all the people who got an
A
issue. Anybody who
minute
got
and
an
a
issue
half.
with
It
the
wasn't
intro,
even that
damn there.
long. Yeah,
Old school specials had intros. There was people
yeah.
walking down the hall and it
Everybody,
started
like for a
exactly. People had
while.
And we go back. We're different era. We ain't gotta go straight. And
Yeah,
it
this is
don't
my
matter what
first
anybody else
one.
thinks.
This is
And
what I
look,
want to do.
listen, I'm telling you, the intro is fire, bro. And I'm not
Oh
just saying
yeah.
it
No, a
because
lot
I'm
of
in
people
it.
liked it.
Dude, I loved it. I was sitting, I
Yeah.
watched that. I watched the intro like 5 times. I was like, yo, this is a because
Yeah,
it
you
just
opened the
came
intro. That's
together.
right.
I mean, we talked about it and you said what you wanted to do, and then watching it, it really came together extremely well. And those comics that you had were all legit comedians, people who have
Right.
done a thing for a very long
Right.
time and have had an impact in
And
a
they're
lot of
like
different
friends,
ways.
and they're people, and they're
And they're
cool, friend
friends.
people I know, whatever.
Yeah. So
They were willing to
anybody
do
who
it.
who has a comment about the intro is like, get the hell out of here, man. Just watch the
I will
special.
say, so watching it live was kind of cool to see how people react. And a lot of people reacted like it was funny, just like on the show. It's just on the screen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is funny, like, oh, you guys laughed at the same time. But the intro, the part that really popped was Meadows at the end. Like that was a perfect one to put at the end. And
Oh,
just his
absolutely.
delivery, dude. Just the way he just held it was so
Dude, he
goddamn
nailed it.
funny.
I always gotta listen to him tell me about how great LeBron is. That joint
Okay.
was great. It was great. It was
It
great.
was so funny.
Dude, it was yeah, I thought the special was good, man. I thought the filming was good. I thought the sound was good. I thought the cutaways were good. I'm just from a fan perspective, I thought it was a good comedy special. And from a comedian's perspective, I was like, man, I just want it to be on you, but you move around. But it's still that's not a critique.
The credits are cool too. I liked
Oh,
it.
and the credits were cool. Like all the pictures with all the comedians and everybody you work with. I was like, yo, there's a couple pictures I was like, oh, like that Charlie Murphy one. I was like, yo, that's there's a story behind that picture
Yeah,
of you
well,
working
that's
with your.
not the San Jose Improv one.
Oh, was
That
that
was
at
six
Cobb's?
months later. After
Oh,
that
okay,
one was at Cobb's. That
at
was an
Cobb's.
awesome night because you can see I have a stamp on my hand, and that stamp is from Morales and I went and saw Chappelle at the
Mm.
Chappelle show, so they stamped us. And then when we went and saw Charlie Murphy. And I went up in the green room afterwards and got high with Charlie Murphy. And then we took that picture. And then Matt and I went to that place, Sam's, over there on Broadway. He ate burgers. And it was like one of the best nights. And then I think we went over to watch more Chappelle. So, like, it was
Oh,
like the best
nice.
night ever,
Oh, so
dude.
that night you didn't work with him. You went to
No,
go
yeah, well, I
just
was just
check him out.
hanging. But you're right,
Oh,
6 months earlier. But I told him about 6 months earlier how I met him in San Jose
yeah,
and the open for him and how awesome it was. Because that was my first time I opened for 500 people. And that was because, yeah, of you.
because of me. But
Right.
I'm not even trying to take credit for that. I just thought that that was a picture from that night because I was gonna say, oh, that was a cool story. But
I do have
uh,
that one
I'm glad you mentioned that you got high with Charlie Murphy because one of the reasons that I basically was not able to work with him anymore
because you
after,
didn't get high.
yeah, like working with him like 2 or 3 times was because I didn't get high.
Yeah.
So he started to bring his feature uh uh Freeze Love.
Oh, that's
That's,
right.
he went
That's
by
right.
Freeze Love.
That's right.
And so he and Freeze Love and then they would get high. And because I didn't get high, like I'd always leave the green room when they started to light up. And what people don't know is that I work my day job as before, even when I was doing comedy, I still had a day job, but my day job, I get randomly drug tested. And so,
Mm.
and I don't smoke anyway, but just the idea of like, I'm not about to just do something to hang out with somebody get high because at my job,
I
if I
popped
pop dirty,
dirty.
it can be marijuana. They treat marijuana the same as they treat cocaine or methamphetamine or anything else that's heavy. If you want to keep your job, you got to go to St. Helena rehab
Yeah.
facility
So
for
crazy.
25 days, right? Hey, bro, I don't want to have to go to rehab for 25 days because I
Yeah.
just want to hang out with Charlie Murphy. So I would always leave the green room because contact highs and shit. And marijuana actually stays in your system longer than some of that harder stuff. So,
Right,
um,
right,
you
right.
know, but real quick, I just pulled up your special on YouTube and hey man, this joint already got like 5.7 thousand views.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you'd hope you
What you
hit at
mean?
least
Yeah,
five
yeah.
figures by now.
Say what?
I'd hope to hit five figures by now. I
Dude,
want,
you just
I want a mill, baby. I want a mill.
I know, but you just put it out 3 days ago and you're at 5,000 plus and you got a bunch of thumbs up. I'm like, that's good, man. I
Yeah,
feel like
yeah.
that's good.
Well, so hey, I gotta thank everyone who came to the screening. I I put a QR code at the end and made them all hit it and comment if they wanted so they could go to the special. But it was cool watching them live. Um, they and then I did have a little Q&A and people did have some questions and it was cool. And I gotta thank my trivia people. They came out strong. Uh and yeah, I had a couple clips. I explained the Carl thing right off the bat.
Oh yeah. Oh, is that what that clip is from? You posted that.
Yeah, with the
Was
pink
that?
background and stuff, the
Yeah,
paintings.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
It
yeah.
looked like it was a show, kind of like a
Yeah,
comedy
yeah,
show
yeah. That's
with
where
your
we had
singing.
the screening, and then I
Ah,
did a little Q&A afterwards. I was
okay.
kind of drunk by that time, but
Yeah, I could
because
tell you was a little.
I was just like tired and but I get a little. It's funny, man. Like when you're talking about if you can do stand up and perform, that's cool. You put on that thing, but when you take off that mask and you're just being honest and telling story, talking to people about it, you know what I mean? The
Hmm.
truth behind shit. Then you're like, I don't know. I'm just a little more uncomfortable about it. Um,
Really? Oh
here's
man.
here's okay. So here I just made this when I was waiting for you, bro, and
Oh, this morning. Okay. All right, let's
and
see what we got.
the see all the comments, see what you think, and make sure. Let me know if you can't hear it. Okay. Oh, you hear that?
I heard that. You turn it down a
Okay.
little bit though.
Well, okay, but I don't know how. Oh, here we go. All right, ready?
Yes, sir.
Don't you ever do this to me! I'm the out of this leash. It's gonna be $8. $8? You should have a gun. You should have a gun because you're robbing people here. I even got episode 3 lined up. Pit bulls and peanut butter. But you know, Kid Rock, you're white trailer trash. You got famous making black music, so shut the hell up, Stone Pimp. South
I'll turn it down
Carolina.
just a little bit. That was good, dude. Turn it down just a little bit because you know you get going. That was good. You just made that this morning? Were those comments that people had left?
Yeah, yeah. Cool. Some on YouTube, some who messaged me. Yeah, and then I was like, oh, I want to put a little thing together.
Oh, nice. That was good, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
A Cleveland legend.
I know. I don't even know who put that up, but I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah, that's pretty good. A Cleveland legend, South Carolina. Uh, yo,
Oh.
man. Yeah, it was good, man. So congratulations to you for
Yeah, I like the
release.
product. I will say, like my one buddy
Hey, man,
Stefani.
hold up. You can't cut me off a lot. Congratulations to you for producing and creating and filming and releasing your first comedy special. That's
Thanks,
huge,
buddy.
bro. That's
Thank you, buddy.
huge.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you're welcome, man. Okay, go
No,
ahead.
I did feel good. Like my buddy Stefani saw like right when Ari got home and he would put it on, but he watched it on this TV and he's got a big ass screen TV.
Hmm.
And he said it looked amazing. He's like, it looked great.
Oh,
And then I
good.
did put it on my TV and it looks fucking good, dude. So then you're
Dude.
like, and that's what I said. I was talking, man, freaking talking to Monroe, and he hit me up yesterday and he was asking questions about it. I don't honestly, I don't even think that I don't know if he watched it all though. We'll see. He was watching clips, but he had all these questions. But
It's that Jay-Z song. Do you listen to the whole did you listen to the song or do you just skim through?
and I'm like telling him though, I'm like, yo, man, you got to make it pro. You got to do at least a 4K camera. You got to have at least 5 shots, 4 cameras or
Right.
five. And cause he's like, but and I was telling him the money, and I'm like, this is a deal. He's like, but what if I, don't work out? I'm like, well, that's the risk you got to take, man. I'm like, well, you can do it on a phone or something. No, you can't. No, you not anymore. It's got to
Right.
be, if you're gonna do it, you got to do it right because everybody has that now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
has that. They can make. That's what they're all doing. So
Right.
it's evolve or die now. It's such a weird. But like I
Well,
said, I didn't, and I'll say even I just put a clip now and I'll run about the algorithm, like YouTube Shorts. I'll put something up in the first 5 minutes, it had like 1,000 views. Next five, 2,000 views. Next five, nothing. Next five, nothing.
oh
That's
wow.
it. Because what YouTube does, they they like turn off the spigot. If people and what they do is it's not even the views, it's if people the retention. So if they watch a long amount of time, then and they'll just swipe by it, then they'll let it run a little longer. But and the my ones that do the best are the shortest ones, or just a quick question and right to it. And even today, I dropped the one, but I got right to the question. I had to
Hmm.
edit it. It's only 25 seconds, but like, what I think a conspiracy theorist is, and like, boom. And the one that really blew up is why do old people answer the phone? That one, boom. But it's just like, but I don't want to play a game. Like it was meant to be a widescreen thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then, but
yeah.
that's what we're in now. And
I
like, I
know
just
it
saw this
sucks.
guy. Yeah, it's just I see all these clips that have gone viral. Like I'm talking 10 million views, but they're not really bits. They're just short, little, tiny. You know what I mean? 15
Yeah, just
second thing.
snippets. Yeah,
Yeah,
just snippets. Um, Man, you know what? The thing I appreciate about you, Sal, is, and I wish I had more of this, but it's that your ability to create and release, right? Because people may not recognize this, but this is a very vulnerable thing that we do, right? Our artistry,
right,
when we create something and we share it with people, we are legitimately saying, here's something that I put a lot of energy, effort, time into, something that means a lot to me, something that's pretty close to me that I feel strongly about. And I'm going to share this with you. And with sharing it with you, especially the world we live in and the platforms that things are on, we are opening ourselves up to criticism, to ridicule, but also to praise and adulation. Um, and so it's a very vulnerable thing. So when you say to someone, hey man, you just got to do it and put it out there,
yeah,
that's you saying, like, don't be afraid to share your artistry or share, your point of view or your perspective. And yeah, it may be received well, it may not be received well, but if it's something that you feel strongly about or something that you want to do, then you got to do it, and you can't let fear cripple you or keep you from
right.
doing something that you want to do. So, so kudos to you, man. And that's one of the things because I feel like I'm deficient in that. Like I'm super critical of myself, but it took me forever. Like when we first started doing comedy, we had to send bookers a comedy tape. Dude, I mean, I had so many tapes that I would not send. And they were good tapes. I look back at them now and I go, oh, they were good. But in the moment, it's like, oh man, I flubbed that joke, or I stepped on that laugh point, or man, my timing was off on that one. Like I was super critical of myself to the point that I would almost not send it. And then finally I had to push through and go, all right, here, this is good. Just send it. Right.
Right,
And it got me work, right? It got me
right.
booked and it got me opportunity, but it was such a struggle and a battle within myself, not from anyone outside of me telling me that it wasn't good enough.
Yeah, it's
Just
all yourself.
me, all me telling
I
myself
mean,
that,
that's where
yeah,
they got all of it. Like you could constantly like critique it, like, oh wait, it's not perfect. It's got to be this and that, and eventually it's just got to get done. That's like the most important thing. And like I learned that
right.
making our short
Especially if
film.
you're gonna
Like
do it.
yeah, like a lot of people when we're doing the short film would congratulate just getting it done. I'm like, what? And then I realized like how long, and how hard and how many obstacles you hit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, oh, filming. I mean, you're talking about schedules, right?
Right,
You're trying
right.
to get people on the same page at the same time
Yeah,
doing the same thing. And that includes lighting, sound, video, props,
yeah, just
writers,
coordinate all that
directors,
shit. And
just
even like
coordinate.
with the special, like you can't control that guy can be in there. You can't, the numbers. You got to just. There's a lot going on. The set,
Right.
the thing. You just one take, Johnny. Like you can't. You know what I mean? There's
Yeah. One take
so
hold. Yeah.
yeah. It was just kind of, and like I was telling him too. He was like, "Oh, hey, you did a great job at it." I didn't edit that. I was like, I hired someone to edit that. I can't
Yeah.
edit that. If you're gonna play the game, you got to have the pros do what they do.
Yeah. I'm with that 100%. I'm with that
So,
100%. That's one
but
of the reasons I work hard is so I can pay the pros to take care of whatever needs to
yeah.
be done.
And I
Right.
like what you said too, though. You're like, about doing it for you and if we want to share it. Because that's exactly how I feel. Like these idiots will, and they do annoy me because it's like they'll criticize, well, you do it like this. I'm not here to fit my piece to cater to the biggest audience on the algorithm, YouTube. You know what I mean? I'm going to do
Right.
what I do, and this is it. And then,
Yes.
boom, you can't
Well,
appease to them. This is my thing, motherfucker. I didn't do this
well,
for you.
hold up. And let me just go ahead and throw this out here right now. And this goes to everybody. it's funny how we've created a society and a world where everybody loves, loves and enjoys sitting back and critiquing and criticizing
Hmm.
something that someone else has taken the time, blood, sweat, tears, and years to do when you, and I'm talking you, ain't done shit. You ain't never been the man in the arena. You
And the
ain't never
funny
stepped
thing,
a
he goes
you ain't
after
never
the
stepped a
most.
foot on the court. You ain't never stepped a foot on the field. You ain't never stepped a foot on the stage. You ain't never stepped a foot in front of the camera. You ain't never stepped a foot up to the microphone. You ain't never been in the room. You ain't never been in the building. You ain't never been
Yeah,
outside that
like you're
motherfucker.
not even.
But you want to be the one to sit back and tell somebody, you could have done that better.
Yeah, it's like you're
Shut your
throwing,
dumb ass up.
like you're throwing snowballs at the fucking furnace, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Exactly.
like, and to
Like
criticize the most accomplished stand-up comedian in that group. I mean, what a moron! It doesn't even make sense, your argument, but just
hey,
because
dude,
they're these little, they're mad. Oh yeah, they're not. They're not
look.
the conservative they wanted him to be.
Look, I tell my son this. I tell Theo this. I go, look, I go, you got two types of people in the world. You got people who do the thing, and you got people who watch those people. Which
Yeah,
one are you?
yeah,
Which one are
man.
you? All right. Because he says that he wants to be a baseball player, right? He plays the piano, he can act, he plays the violin, he can knit, he can sew, he can crochet, he can do all that stuff. He's a creative and he performs in front of people, right? And he wants to be good at it. So then I say to him, well, that if that's what you want to do, then you have to practice and you got to work at it. I go, because in order to do the thing you want to do, it's going to take that amount of time and effort. And so there are two types of people. There are the people who do things and the people who watch those people do things. I go, we're doers. And I'm saying to you right now, Sal, you are a doer. You have been a doer from the beginning. So anybody who ain't ever done anything that you've done, their opinion does not matter,
Right,
right?
right.
Because they ain't did shit. They don't do
I
shit.
don't know. I still like to swing on them sometimes, but also because,
Okay. Okay. I mean, you can
also
swing on them. I'm just saying.
because
Just know their opinion doesn't matter. That's all.
I know that, but other people read it. And I want those other people who might feel that come at them to know that, yo, you don't need to believe this bullshit.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I
Right. Right.
mean?
Right.
It's a show, but you're right. It could be very time consuming and annoying too. So,
And energetically, it's just
yeah,
draining. Right.
it's all just negativity.
I mean, look, I got a couple. I got one comment on Instagram right now that's got like, I don't know, 2,800 likes or something, right? And with that, I got people who are like, man, that's great. He's right. And then on the other side, you got people like, well, here's another guy who just exposed himself as a blah blah blah. And I sit there and I read it, I go, a lot of times I'll go to the comments and I'll laugh. I'll just put a bunch of laughing faces and be like, I'm like, you don't know me. That's it. That's
Wait,
all I
was
say
this
is you don't
over
know me.
the Democrat and Republican one?
No, this is oh, I said something about Nicki Minaj. I said something about
Oh,
Nicki Minaj. She was whatever it was. She made a comment about Don Lemon that was completely
yeah,
inappropriate,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I remember that.
Right. And so I didn't even say anything about the comment. I said she's not a good person, right? And I go, and I don't care how talented she was, she's cooked. It was really simple, right? She's just not a good person, and no matter how much talent she has, she's cooked. And so many people are like, yeah, thumbs up. And then other people are like, what? Just because she has a different political opinion than you, that now she's not talented, she's cooked and blah blah blah. And I go, and there was one response I said, oh, I said, because they said, well, what about Sexy Red? Sexy Red was at the party. Are you gonna cancel Sexy Red too? And I said, no, Sexy Red doesn't have the same platform. Sexy Red ain't the same person. I go, they're not the same people. Sexy Red was not brought here illegally in this country as an immigrant and made her way to a point to become somebody, and she's not supporting a party that's against illegal immigrants. I'm like, it's apples and oranges, bro.
They
Like it
don't
ain't the
know
same.
apples and oranges.
They
There
don't know
was
apples
one
and
on
oranges.
my YouTube with the racist nerds. And the guy goes, well, excuse me, I don't want a black disabled. I don't know, female James Bond, or no, a black disabled, it wasn't female, black disabled James Bond, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, and I wrote, I was interested in that's what you're fantasizing, that kind of James Bond.
What? Idris Elba? He's supposed to be disabled? What are they talking
No,
about?
no, this
This.
guy's just making it up because he thinks that it's ridiculous that there's too much like diversity in like it's wrong to make Spider-Man black because he doesn't belong there.
Oh my God! You know what? I wish. You know
But
one
these
of the
motherfuckers
movies.
never say shit in the face. He's a bunch of bitches behind screens, dog.
Hey, dude.
It changed the whole game.
One of the reasons why Boomerang is such an important and great movie by Eddie Murphy that came out in the 90s is because he created a black world, a corporate black
Right. Which
America
was not
world,
done before.
which is not done before. And the tables were completely turned. So on one side where you have a completely white world with one or two black people in it who just work in the background, who don't have any real contribution to the storyline or to the characters or the movie, he did that exact same thing, but the opposite, where it was all black people, and then you saw
Oh.
one or two white people who just kind of were working at the copier in the background, right? Or who were sitting at a table at a restaurant in the background. They didn't contribute to the storyline at all. And when it came out, there were reporters who were like, "What is this fantasy world that you've created?" Right? That what is this fantasy world where it's a black world? There are hardly any white people in this movie. I don't understand. What's the point you're trying to make? And blah blah blah. He's like, yo, that's what it is for everybody. That's what it's been for people of color for black people for the longest. There's so many white movies where the only black people in it are just peripheral people.
Right,
So
and like
this I
forever too. And Eddie Murphy was like one of the first that changed the game.
exactly. So these guys, so basically in essence, what they're saying is anything that's going to challenge the status quo or
Yeah, yeah,
their
right.
comfort
It's so
levels.
ridiculous they have a problem with such stupid shit like this. They're such
Yeah,
it's all
yeah,
much racism hate though.
yeah, yeah. So, but back to the special, man. Today's episode is the comedy special. Um, I was present for the comedy special, right? I'm
Yeah, I
putting this
did
out there to the
appreciate that. It was
world.
nice.
Yeah, I was
It was a
present. I
good
was in the
crowd, man.
room.
They were dope. It took a minute, I
Dude, it's a
feel, to
great
warm
crowd.
them up for a second, but once I hit oh boy, it like fucking and then the
Yeah,
pauses, it was hot.
it was good. So I was in the room for the show and I've seen the special. I saw what was going on behind. I've been talking to my dude about this for the longest and editing and cutting and pacing and sound and intros and outros and music and interviews and I'm lucky enough to be one of the people in the intro.
And the
And
outro,
I'm
that was a
in
cool
and
pick.
yeah, and the outro too. Is that which picture did you go with the one that's on the beach?
Yeah, the beach with marshmallows.
Yeah, the beach with
Old
marshmallows. That one goes way
Seabiscuit
back.
bonfire.
Yes, that one goes way back. Um, and so to see all that and be a part of the process, man, I thought you did a great job, man. I thought the special was good. The quality of it was phenomenal. Like I still got it playing right here. Um,
Thanks, buddy.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
no,
the
yeah, I got to change up the language on it too. I did love, yeah, I thank everybody who watched it and thank everyone. The screening was cool. That was a cool idea. That was fun.
yeah.
Uh, it was interesting to see how people saw it different. And then, yeah, so I don't know, man. Yeah, it was cool. A lot of people saw it. My buddy gave me a shout out because and his dad gave me a shout out because I mentioned his son in loving memory to his son, and then
Oh, wait, who is this? Wait, oh,
uh,
Eli?
what's
No.
up?
Who was it? Who would you give a shout out to?
My buddy, his son named Mason Shimo. So
Oh, okay.
he
Okay.
passed away, and
Oh,
so
at the end, the
yeah,
name
in the
in
credits.
the credits. Yeah, I saw that. I meant to ask you about that. I was like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah,
Like
no,
who
yeah,
that
that's
is.
my buddy's kid. Uh yeah, dude, it's sad. He got
Okay.
bullied and stuff, but
Oh, he committed suicide.
yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
so then
Or he died by
yeah, and I like
suicide.
that pic I did with Pinette sitting on me. So yeah, no, that was another thing. Is like I'm like, hey man, like if you never make anything ever again, like this, yeah, I gotta make it good. And I
Yeah,
gotta make it
absolutely.
like I want to put out everything I want to share. This is cool. I always love seeing old photos on credits. And what people forget too is like because nobody knew me, I wanted to show people who yeah had a good rep or whatever in comedy who could also say who I was. Like if the idiots don't realize they're actually introducing me who I am. And Burr is saying, like, who is he? Well, here, this is who he is. He likes the Browns. He like because I do a Browns. He's wearing Jordans. I want to talk about he likes Jordans. Like he has. I mentioned LeBron. Like there's all that. It was all a setup. I knew what I was doing.
Oh,
People
dude,
piece. You know what I mean?
look, man, you created something that can live in prosperity forever, right?
I
Like
like.
it is like it's making a mark. Because there are people,
Oh,
you
I
got a picture with
saw.
John, you got a picture with John Panette. We can't hear it, but you got a picture with John Panette, who's no longer with us. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Who was a very funny guy, and you guys worked together a couple times and had great rapport. So yeah, man, I think you've created something like this is a mark, bro. This is like, yo, my name is Sal Kalani, and I was here and I did a thing,
Right,
right?
and also, you get sick of the jokes. You got to just record them and put them out and just move on. My
Yeah,
only
that's where
thing
I'm
is, I
at.
wish I had more money, and I just constantly would want to do that. But you got to give it like a couple years. But if I could, I get it, man. If you could just get on the road, and this little guy was asking me at the screening, like, he's trying to, I think, headline and stuff way too early. He's
Right.
not there at all.
Yeah,
And
that's
when he
the
practices, it's just trying to over memorize and,
yeah.
constantly saying, or whatever to fill the gaps. And he's like, so how long it take to get this? I'm like, man, I was like, he's like, it's so tight. I'm like, yeah, I was on the road for 2 years, doing like 5 shows every week. You from Thursday to Fridays or Sundays to Saturday. It's a different joke. You're twisting it, you're making it better. And yeah, I'm like, man, this ain't just some overnight process.
Yeah, no. Well, what's the saying?
And you
The saying,
gotta, everything changes. You don't know what always works and what's the perfect combination.
yeah. Yeah, but the saying is that it takes 20 years to become an overnight sensation,
Yeah, right,
right?
right, right.
It takes
So
20 years. So anybody who's looking at this and thinking, "Oh, okay, I could do this in like 3 years." Slow down.
yeah, and
Okay?
this is my third album, dude. It's my third
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
it's not, but whatever. But well, thanks, buddy. I had to give a shout out. I wanted to go grab these. He passed away, dude.
Oh yeah, Demond Wilson
Lamont Wilson passed
at
away.
79.
Was that how old he was?
Yeah, he was 79 years old, man.
Season
And then
two.
Catherine O'Hara,
Yeah, she
right?
passed too. This is one of the best though,
Uh,
dude. This
oh yeah, Sanford and Son. I mean, come on, man.
that
Like,
first season. But I didn't know this, and I just read this in an interview and it kind of makes sense. He said that he beat out Richard Pryor for the part.
oh, did he?
But it kind of makes sense because he told him, you're like, hey, look, you can't have the comedian with comedian. He's like, you gotta have me be the straight guy. And it was
Yeah,
totally right because you gotta have this
absolutely.
Red Fox be the one that shined because that's what it was.
Yeah.
And
And those two would have been battling for laughs.
right, and Pryor
It might have
wrote
been
on
funny
it,
though.
and then
Yeah,
Mooney wrote, of course.
that
I
first
talked to
season.
Mooney because Mooney was saying he wrote on it. That's
Yeah.
what made him like me, dude. I was like, hey man, let me ask you about writing on Sanford or something. All right, young brother. Well, he had some black writers, and Richard called me up and we went over there. Anyway,
It's
we
like,
like
it's
this
like,
show needs more N-word.
oh. Yeah, I wrote. I worked with him a long time ago. Shout out to Paul Mooney. Um, but the thing that I remember
Do
in the
your
green
impression.
room,
Your impression's funny.
yeah, my
The
impression,
Robin Williams.
my impression of Paul Mooney in the green room is these these motherfuckers don't want you to win. he's like he's like I gave Robin Williams his first television credit. And Sandra Bernhardt, I gave her first television credit on the Richard Pryor show, and now these motherfuckers act like they don't know me when they see me. I was like, oh damn. I was like, somebody feels some type of way, right? But my favorite joke of his, it wasn't even a joke, it was just a story he was telling us in the green room. It was me. I was opening at this point, at that time. W. Kamau Bell was featuring and Paul Mooney was headlining. And Kamal was having a great week. It was a great week all the way around. But we're in the green room and he tells us the story and he goes, my family, they like to try to call and tell me jokes. He goes,
I remember
my cousin, my cousin from New York calls me. He says, he goes, I got a joke. I think it's funny. And I said, uh, you don't tell me what's funny. I tell you what's funny. But go ahead. And he says, I think it's funny that I used to fuck fat chicks. And I said, that's not funny. What's funny is that you used to fuck fat chicks and now you're fat. It's contagious. He said that shit. He said that shit in the green. I was sitting there like a kid, like watching, like a kid sitting on the floor watching his grandfather tell stories or read a story time. I was just
Yeah.
sitting there like listening to everything he said. And when he said that shit, I swear to God, I started laughing so hard, bro. And there's another joke that he said on stage. It's one of my favorite jokes of all time. Um, Paul Mooney said, "A black guy's walking on the beach and he finds a shell and he finds a lamp and he rubs a lamp and a genie comes out." And the genie says, you get two wishes. And the black guy says, I thought you got three wishes. He says, you're black. You only get two. The black guy says, well, my first wish is I want a bridge from the United States to Africa. So all the black people can go back to Africa if they want to. And the genie said, that's impossible. Can't do it. Next wish. And the black guy says, well, I want there to be equality and equal rights for black people and white people in the United States. And the genie said, how do you want that bridge? Wood or metal?
Wood or metal.
Oh
Oh,
shit. But yeah, man,
man.
Paul Mooney, bro. But
Yeah,
yeah, man.
I liked the man. Like I know he was very cantankerous, but what I feel is, and there would be some guys if they comics to comic, we got a pass. We were allowed inside more often than any
Mhm.
staff or anybody else because they were doing the same thing and they know we're an up and coming wanted artist and we're looking up to them.
Right.
And I always treated them with like respect and shit. But I remember, yeah, with Mooney. Like he didn't get along with the middle as much, but he was digging on me, and then I'd ask him shit about, Sanford Son. But then his family from Oakland came for the last show Sunday, and then they brought all that food and trays, and then that's when he was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, young brother, you want to come up and eat some more food right here?"
Hey.
All
Yeah, I mean,
soul food. It was really great, dude.
the last time I saw Mooney, he was at Cobb's in San Francisco,
Yeah, that's
and
where I
his
worked with him at Cobb's.
okay, and his feature was his feature at that time Moranzio Vance?
No, that Gaxiola did it, and
Oh,
then
Dennis Gaxiola.
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
and then I
Uh,
friggin' Max Curry worked with him too once in Buffalo.
oh, nice.
Helium in Buffalo.
You know the thing that I discovered about Paul Mooney and watching him, and prior to seeing him was, everyone had always talked about, man, he talks about race and he's getting that people get upset and people walk out and all this kind of stuff, and that kind of became like not a badge of honor, but it became like his reputation preceded him before, right? It was like, oh man, Paul Mooney's coming to town. He
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
he
yeah.
gonna get
That is a
into
good
race
sense.
relations.
That is a true sense.
Yeah,
Paul
man,
Mooney's
white
coming down.
Paul Mooney's coming, man. White people gonna start walking out. He gonna start talking about race, and they gonna walk out. And I sat in the back of the room and I watched this dude. And at first, I used to think that he was really trying to, like, I initially thought, oh, he's really trying to bridge the gap on between race relations, like trying to inform people about what it is and what's going on. And as I watched him and I watched him and I watched him, and he was funny, and he's funny, he's funny, and he's able to make these jokes about things that, what we all do is make jokes about things that ought not be funny. I had this epiphany, and I go, he's not really trying to change race relations because if he would, you wouldn't do it in a comedy club,
Right.
right? Because the comedy club, just the rules of the comedy club is that no matter what you talk about in the end, it's supposed to end with a laugh point. And
Right.
we all know, and if you don't know this, but if you get to the end of something and you make people laugh, a lot of time it diminishes the severity or the seriousness of
The
what's
issue.
being talked
Yeah.
about, right? So it actually doesn't carry the same weight that you'd like for it to carry. If he was really trying to change race relations, then it wouldn't be in a comedy club, it'd be in a theater. And instead of a stand-up comedy show, maybe it's more of a one-man show. Because with a one-man show, now you can interject yourself in it and you can tell the stories and you can run the gamut of the emotions. Like you can be funny and you can be angry and you can be happy and you can be sad and you can be depressed and you can be glad and you can be You know what I mean? Like you get
That's
to
a
run the
hell of
gamut
an
of the emotion.
epiphany, bro. That's a hell of an epiphany.
Dude, yeah, I got carried away. But the epiphany was that if he was really trying to change race relations, it wouldn't be in a comedy club. He
Right.
would have
Yeah,
to
it's not what their
be
job
bigger.
is. The bottom line is comedy.
I know, but and then that's what I thought, and I go, okay, well, so he's just choosing race as his for comedy fodder,
But it's
right? Like
also
that's
his experience. He experienced that a lot. He's a old,
yeah, no, for sure.
who
And he's
experienced it
also
more than an old black man, right?
well, and he wrote for Richard Pryor, whose
Yeah.
comedy
It's
definitely
about race.
attacked
Yeah.
about race and social constructs and police brutality and drug abuse, right? Like
Right.
societal ills. But yeah, man, I think it's awesome, man, that you release a comedy special, bro, and your name is in the goes in the pantheon of all of other comedians who've released comedy specials and that we can pick out a bunch of dudes that we don't know who release comedy specials, but we can also pick out a bunch of dudes that we do know that have put out comedy specials, and it's their name, comedy special by, and it could say Bill Burr or Richard Pryor or Eddie Murphy or Dave Chappelle or Chris Rock or Louis C.K. or Robin Williams, but it also at some point is going to say comedy special put out by Sal Kalani,
There it
and
is.
that's all I'm saying.
Hey, thank you, buddy. Yeah, I was gonna say too, all those pictures, I worked with everybody in that except Robin Williams, of course.
Right.
But everyone else I worked with. Um, but then watching all the pictures, but a lot of those people passed away, which is sad and stuff. And
Yeah.
then I had my Mooney one. I didn't put the Mooney. You only have so much space, and it wasn't the best. The lighting wasn't the best, and he's just like pissed as fuck.
But he always
I'll
looked
put
like
it
he
up with this clip, and you got to send me yours with
okay.
Mooney, and I'll put it up. But yeah, you'll see. But
Well, no,
that's how
even
he
in my
always looked.
picture, in
Yeah.
my picture, we were planning to take the picture, and he still looked like it was a surprise. It was like, all right, can I take a picture? He's like, yes. And then they got ready to take the picture. He goes like this,
He takes it. Yeah, that's he takes a picture like they took pictures when cameras were first invented.
like they're sitting there holding the thing, like
Like you never saw before. Like I got a picture of my dad when he was a kid, and he's just staring at the camera like, "Oh my God,
they were confused. Like, is this thing gonna really work? What
what
does
is
it
this
do?
alien invention?" But
Yeah.
of all the pictures, it was funny in the credits. The one that got a big pop in the audience watching it live was the cats.
Oh, the cats. Yeah, the
They
cats are
saw
dope.
the three cats together. That got a big.
Yeah, dude. Like,
And then people did laugh at like the Joey Bragg thing at the end.
oh, that was hilarious. The Joey Bragg thing at the end. I think Joey is really funny, bro. Like every time I see him, I go, "Oh, this kid is really talented." Like he's not just an actor who's had a career, but I'm like, "Oh, he's transitioned into an adult comedian
Yeah,
who's
yeah, yeah.
actually
No, he's
funny." You know
great.
what I mean?
And
Yeah,
he yeah, yeah, he like gave me like 8 minutes of stuff and I had to go through it all. But like 4 minutes of it's about me being dead. And after a while, I was like, all right, he's like, I'm sorry. Like ahead of time, he was he even apologized in the tape, because he's like, oh, this
yeah.
is getting dark. But I had to use something. But then I was joking. I was saying at the Q&A, I'm like, everybody, I'm like, the bigger the name on the list. Like I'm like, because I gave everybody like a line, and then I was like, and then say whatever else if you want, go
Right.
whatever. And anybody, the most accomplished ones, did their line, and that was it.
That's it. That's how they work. They like, we're not getting paid for this. Hey, look, I
And
can't
then
be.
Reggie was funny. Like everybody, the biggest thing was I had to tell him I want to go widescreen, and even Reggie, I talked about forever with, and he still started it wrong. I was like, God damn it, Reggie! And Reggie
Oh,
was
that's
one of the
right.
last ones to do it, which is ridiculous that it
Well,
took you the
because
longest. All right, you're breaking up, dude. You got that shitty.
I know, but hey man, stuff going on.
Yeah, not
I
no,
think
way
that's,
more busy
but I
than
got it. I got it. I got it,
you.
and it worked out. I like the way you edited it. I thought it worked out.
Yeah, it
It
was
worked
good,
out.
man. Well, Luke did that. Luke Soin, he put it all together. I gave him a rough draft for that, and I'm gonna give him a shout out this week because I also like the rough draft I gave him the opening is pretty much what it is, but
Okay.
then I gave him a rough draft of the credits, and he added the animation on one or two, and I was like, oh man, you gotta do that on all of them. I'm like, that should look like Spider-Man.
Oh wait, the animation at the end. What's the animation at the end on some of
Of
them?
my
On all of
credit,
them?
my credits
Yeah, but I'm trying to. I can't remember
in
what.
Spider-Man. The Homecoming, the first, all the ones with the new guy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm just trying to think about what it looks like because I've
Just
seen.
well, because remember the very, just remember like at the very end of the first one, his aunt sees him crawling on the wall, and she goes, "What the?" And it goes
Oh,
right to the
I'm looking
credits.
at it right now. I'm looking
Yeah,
at it
it's
right now.
fun.
The
They're awesome.
animations in the back, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
made it so much more alive with that. Like I just had like a black thing and he's like he did that and I was like, wow, that's so cool. Because everybody, and that's like a free thing. Like that's on the cheap, bro. Like to do
Oh,
that on
okay.
the cheap is pretty cool. And that's another thing. The whole vibe is it is supposed to be punk rock and on the, you know what I mean? This is what it is.
Yeah.
It's
I thought that was a
DIY,
cool
dude. This is what it is now.
picture with you, Shang Wang, Ali Wong, and Chris
Oh
Garcia.
yeah, that was a Halloween
Like,
one.
yeah.
My only picture with Allie. I got one with Shang and everyone else.
Okay. David
Uh,
Tell, you and David Tell. Oh,
yeah, I worked with him a few times. Yeah, a few. I mean, there's a lot of other ones, but there's a lot of people who passed away. Like, go through
oh yeah, who is this?
how many people you think passed away on there?
Well, I mean, your dad and your brother for one.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah. And that was your
Judy,
dad and your brother, right? That
yeah,
picture?
yeah, yeah. That's funny. I'm wearing that Monet shirt.
Yeah, I'm like, hold on, let me go back to the credits. Let me look at
Judy
them again.
Tenuta from the Gotham, she passed away.
Oh, okay. So is that Michael Costa?
Geraldo
Me and you.
Costa, he's still around.
He's
He's
still
doing
alive.
great.
Okay, is that Bert? No, who is that with the shirt off?
Bert,
Oh, that was Bert. Okay. And then you and the
Conrad and
Aussie.
Brett,
Okay, you and doing Charlie Murphy, he's gone.
Charlie.
Okay, these
Oh,
guys
wait,
are
wait,
right
hold
here.
on. No, wait, you forgot Robin.
Oh, Robin and Geraldo.
Robin,
Geraldo.
Geraldo, Charlie. That's
Geraldo.
three.
Okay, hold up.
It's so morbid.
Oh, was that Judy Tenua at the
Yeah.
Gotham? Okay, Judy's
Four.
gone.
Finette's gonna be five.
All right, you and Matt. David Tell is still alive, to his chagrin. What's the guy you travel with from Saturday Night Live? I'm looking at him right now.
Meadows.
Meadows, Tim Meadows. I don't know why Tim didn't register. Oh wait, who is this with you in the? Is that Eliza? Oh, it's Eliza.
Yeah,
Who
dude,
is
that was
this?
us
Who is
at
this in the
Utah.
green room? Who is this right here? Oh wait, hold
Wait,
on.
wait, I can't see it. Oh, that's Esther.
Oh, that's Esther Kaplan. Okay.
Oh, also Norm. Norm passed away.
Oh yeah, Norm Macdonald.
That's six.
Oh, is this your brother and your dad?
Yeah, so that's seven and eight.
Oh wow, I don't think I've ever seen the brother.
Yeah, he was adopted, so he didn't look genetically the same.
Yeah, look at that. And there's your pops. Wow, that's crazy. They're both gone. All right, let's see here. Okay, those are the twins. Is that Guar?
Oh yeah,
And
he's gone.
that guy's gone?
Yeah, odorous. So that's
Oh,
nine.
okay. Boycott Sal's trivia. Okay.
Yeah, those guys are all my friends. They're around.
Okay. And then okay, that's Jason Mitchell, the dog. And oh, the quartet. Oh, Panette.
Yeah,
Oh,
did I already
JB
say
Smooth.
Panette?
Yeah. Oh, and the cats. That's good. The cats are cool. It's
Yeah,
funny you
okay.
got all three of the cats like that.
That's so hard to do.
Yeah.
And it was right when I moved in here, and I was like, where are all of them? Like, it's weird to not see any of the three. And then I
Yeah.
went in, and they were all just together. I was like, oh, look at these fools.
Like, let me get that because it's never gonna happen again.
So man, yeah,
So
nine. Ooh, that's tough. Oof. But
yeah.
yeah, I did a mental health podcast and I was talking about that. Like, yeah, man, that happens a lot. Like I had more. I had like, Mooney and Robert Schimmel, remember him? And like,
Mm-hmm. I
yeah,
remember Schimmel.
so
I never worked with Schimmel, but I saw him live, and I remember he was talking about losing his kid, which was really heavy.
yeah, he had a rough man. He had cancer, then he had a divorce, and then he ended up dying in a car crash that his daughter was driving or something. It's crazy,
Yeah,
man.
it's the
But
life of a comedian, man. It can definitely be tragic, funny and
but
tragic.
well, let's wrap up then with something with the life of comedian making himself a good dinner. Let me show you this burger I made last night.
Oh, there we go. All right, we'll wrap it up from there.
Now I went a little crazy, dude. I went crazy, but all right. So I had, I purposely went with the square bread because, dude, it's just me, bruh. What am I gonna buy a whole fucking 8 pack of
No, why
buns
not?
and eat a burger every day?
And you seem to have grilled it really well.
Yeah, I just put it in the oven. And I got the thick one on purpose because I knew. But bro, wait till you see what's on this. So you see the bacon. I forgot the bacon in the next picture, so that's why I didn't put the bacon in. That's why I had to
Okay.
make sure. But here, look how crazy I got, bro. Oh shit, I just did that one, right? Hold
Okay,
on.
let's see.
Okay, there it is. Share, boom, share.
That's the same one.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just showing everything that's on it. There's an egg
Okay.
on it.
You got some mixed
Egg,
greens,
yeah, mixed greens,
tomato.
lettuce, tomato, avocado, bacon, egg, the burger, ketchup, mustard.
All right. I mean, I'm not mad at it. Oh, that's
It
mustard on
was
top.
good, bro. It was good.
I mean, I
With
like that bread. The bread looked good, nice and toasted, like thick
yeah,
bread.
with the onion rings and I mean, yeah, I don't know. I took this one. This picture's not as appealing, but it wouldn't be Bourdain without it. But there's me taking a big old bite out of it.
Man, a big old bite. That's you taking several big old bites out of it. Some you got to show it intact with one bite mark missing. You can't be halfway through the sandwich or the burger and be like, "Oh yeah, let me take a picture of this shit."
Look at
Like,
this lump I'm holding. Oh, hey, one
exactly.
more thing, dude, before we go. Have you been watching the new Game of Thrones show?
Oh, the new episode came out last night. I didn't see it. I watched the first two
Oh,
episodes.
I think it's a great show, dude.
Oh, you like this? Was it the Night or something?
Oh,
What's it
it's
called?
called The Night of the Seven Kingdoms, but it was originally
Yes.
called the Hedge Night, and everyone calls it Dunk and Egg. But I think it's amazing. It's so funny. It's the
Well, yeah, I was
funniest
gonna say it's
thing.
comical, right?
It's very funny. It's a good buddy film.
Well,
And
see, I've only seen the first two
but the
episodes, but
first two,
yes,
that second episode,
yeah, with him and the little kid.
when
But
they're
I think
sitting
it's
on
kind of
the
cool.
thing, oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna say, as a Game of Thrones fan, I think it's really cool to hear, these names of people that we know who come later, right?
Yeah, and I like that
Baylor,
they're not, they're not doing the magical and all that. It's just this little tale. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And
right.
when he's sitting on the thing with them, and the kid goes, "You think that was ill handled?" And the kid goes, "Oh, we're talking about when he was talking to the girl." He's like, "Well, you're both big. That's good." He's like, "You think I could be a knight?" He's like, "I." He's like, "Everybody says I'm not big enough." He goes, "Everybody says I'm stupid." He's like,
Yeah.
"And." I what?
Yeah.
What? What? Yeah, it was like an Abbott Costello. I'm like, this shit is hilarious,
Dude,
dude.
that was funny as hell. He was like,
Dude,
he was like,
so
what? He
good.
was like, what's the rest of it?
Yeah.
Like, where's the rest of it? You just say that and that's it? Like, yeah, it's
Oh,
funny.
they're
It's
so
funny.
funny. And the guy who plays the Baratheon guy is so funny. Like, I mean, you're not missing. I mean, this next one I just watched it. I'm gonna watch it again probably today. It's only 30 minutes. Like they're short because it's a whole novella. It's only gonna be 6 episodes.
Right, right. So I'm watching that one, which I thought was good. I enjoyed it. I also started Wonder Man, um, which is really good. It's gotten great reviews. It's on Disney Plus. It's a Marvel show, called Wonder Man. So check that one out for sure.
All
That was
right,
really
that's
good.
good. That's good. Um, Cool, man. Well, that's about it, Reg. Wrap it up. Hey,
All
I know
right, because we've been
you
here
should
for a
ask
while.
you should ask your buddy to share that special of mine.
This guy, this guy,
I'm hoping
always
somebody
angling.
shares it. Nobody, no. Joey Bragg shared it. Thank you, Joey. Joey got 1.6 million followers,
Dude,
but
you
what
didn't
does
see
that
this, but we
even mean?
just froze on my computer. We just froze with our arms up at the same time.
Ah, well, that's cute.
Yeah.
All right, but
Okay.
oh, Super Bowl predictions. We got the Patriots and Seahawks. I'm going to go
I'm
Seahawks.
going for I'm
Go
going for
Patriots.
Seahawks.
You're going to
Yeah,
take the Seahawks over the Patriots.
I am, and I'm going for the Seahawks strictly because and I want to put this out here. First off, I used to be a Patriots fan for a long time because of Tom Brady and knowing some of his sisters and just that family have been really great and nice and kind people. Blah blah blah. I was a Patriots fan when Tom was there. Tom left. He went to the Buccaneers, won a Super Bowl. I was a Buccaneers fan. Tom left. I'm like, all right, cool. I am now. I just saw a thing recently where Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, gave a bunch of money to this administration and this president. And so I'm like, fuck the Patriots. They can eat
I
it. They can
mean,
eat a
probably almost
dick.
all these owners of all these teams probably do. They're all rich
Well,
billionaires.
okay. Well, the moment I hear their name, being involved and giving money to this fucked up administration that we're
Yeah,
under right
true.
now, then I'll be done with them too. But right now, his team is in the Super Bowl, and because he supports this administration and their antics, fuck the Patriots. I hope they get their heads beat in. Go Seattle. Let's go.
How about
Seattle.
that? There it is. All right, we'll go Hawks.
Go
Who would
Hawks.
have thunk the
Thunk.
the 2018 draft, the quarterbacks went Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Josh Allen, Josh Rosen, Lamar Jackson, and the first one to get to the Super Bowl, Sam Darnold.
Yeah. And he's
Crazy.
played for 5 different teams now or something.
But here's the thing
Yeah.
too. First time ever, the guy who played with one team, got 14 wins, and played with another team and got 14 wins.
Yo, straight up. I mean, he's there for a reason. He's in the right system now. And I think it just goes
Right,
to
and
show
that's what
too.
people forget. Like people trying to shit on shit. I mean, you gotta understand. Let these people
Yeah, I mean, it took this
grow.
dude 5 teams to get to where he is,
Yeah,
right?
was it fine?
And
That's sad. Jets,
so,
Panthers, yeah.
yeah,
Niners, he
Niners.
was
Yeah, it's
on.
like shout out to Sir Lance Woods. He
Vikings.
has a pretty good joke about Sam Darnell. I mean Sam Darnold. Because Chris, who is it? Hall of Famer Chris Carter, uh, he tweeted and he said congratulations to the Seattle Seahawks and their quarterback Sam Darnell instead of
Uh,
Sam Darnold. He
uh,
said Darnell, and you got to go look up Lance Woods joint. You'll see it, and it's pretty funny what he does,
okay.
how he changes
Um,
that, takes advantage of that
I mean, the
Darnell.
Vikings gotta feel like idiots because they let him go. And even Justin Jefferson said, "Yeah, I think we would have been better with him." And then they rely on this rookie who has not been reliable.
There you go.
So,
Hey, for Sam, he's like, yo, look, man, I ain't got time to worry about that. I'm in the Super Bowl. I'm trying to go ahead and win a ring. He
yeah, they
goes,
got a good defense. They got a good, yeah. Well, I hope it's a
but
good game.
for anybody, and I say this to anybody who's listening and watching, anybody who has felt like they have been given up on or overlooked or surpassed, the greatest get back is not anything that you can say, but your actions.
There
So
it
for
is.
Sam Donald,
Arnold, goddamn, Reg.
I go Sam Darnell, but Sam Donald, his greatest get back will be is part of it is now getting to the Super Bowl. And if he wins, yeah, if he wins, then it's like he ain't got to say nothing.
Yeah.
He don't have to say a word. And in fact, if I were him, I wouldn't say anything. I would not say they gave up on me. They didn't give me a chance. They didn't allow me space to grow. They didn't trust and believe in the process. Fuck all that. You show that ring and the wins, and that's all you need. And everybody else who sit on the side like, ah, damn.
Mm, mm, mm. All right,
Exactly.
Reg, close this out, my man.
Okay. All right. Hey, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. We had a great time. It was a lot of comedy special and then some sports at the end. But hey, this is how we do. So if you did like it, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you haven't seen it yet, go check out that Mental Spillness by Sal Kalani. You can find it on YouTube streaming now. It's got 5,000 plus views and it's going to keep going up. So go check it out. With that being said, that's Sal Kalani. I'm Reggie Steele. And this is Spitballin'. Peace.